And the mother of one of Elon Musk's children is suing his AI company over generated explicit images of her. Multiple regulators are investigating the Grok AI after users reported it created thousands of sexualized photos of women and children. Some countries have even fully banned it. Now X says it's blocking Grok from editing real people in revealing clothing. ABC News technology reporter Mike Dobuski is here for more on that. Mike, how is X responding to the allegations made in this lawsuit and some of what's coming out in these other investigations?
Right. So Elon Musk, who owns X and XAI, which is the company that makes Grok, says that basically the responsibility falls to the user who's asking Grok to generate these images, right? He's separating out the platform's responsibility from the user. And that's in accordance with Section 230 of the 1996 Communications Decency Act, which basically protects tech companies, platforms, from the content that gets posted there. Generally speaking, the responsibility falls to the user. And Elon Musk follows that up by saying that they are going to outlaw and ban any account that uses Grok to generate sort of illegal imagery in the same way that they would treat a user who posts illegal imagery. So that's how they're responding to this. Elon Musk, has been kind of echoing this sentiment all week. And on Wednesday, we saw them say that they made some changes to the Grok account and the Grok website, basically limiting that tech's ability to generate these images. But it seems like in the last few days, there's been some kind of questions about exactly how that's going to work.
Well, and I want to ask you about that because it's a little confusing the way that they phrase it. Some of these restrictions are global and some depend on the laws in each jurisdiction. So can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so on the face of it, they are implementing these restrictions on Grok's account and Grok's website, right? They say that they're not going to be, whether you're a free user or a paid user, you're just not going to be able to prompt this chatbot to take an image of a real person, a selfie that somebody uploaded to the platform, and ask it to put that person in revealing clothing, right? That's what we've seen kind of flood this platform in the last few weeks. In addition to that, they also say they're geo-blocking Grok in certain jurisdictions where, this imagery could be illegal, but people I've talked to are kind of confused about how that's different from the first thing and where that actually is going to be enforced. So far, we don't really have a ton of clarity from the company.
So what does this change mean for these active investigations, and what kind of legal ramifications is the company facing?
Not a lot of change when it comes to the investigations at this point. We heard from Ofcom, which is the British regulator that's investigating X, and they said that these changes are a welcome development, but that their investigation is going to continue unimpeded. Grok remains banned in Malaysia and Indonesia. So it seems like these investigations are going forward. There are a number of potential laws that could apply here. We, of course, remember last year President Trump signed the Take It Down Act, which criminalizes non-consensual intimate imagery on platforms. And that does apply to AI-generated imagery as well. But there's a grace period that law allows for, that allows basically these companies to come in and act on that. What's also interesting, Diane, is the role of Apple and Google here, because they're the platforms that host the X app on the app stores, of course. The app stores have these policies against apps that host child sexual abuse material. And there are open letters that are being sent to the heads of both of those companies now from these advocacy groups saying that, hey, this app is now in violation of that and it should be taken off those app stores.
Interesting. All right, Mike Dobuski, I know you'll stay on top of it for us. Thank you.
Of course.